Welcome back everybody, or if you're new here, I am KB from TK Stitch, where all we do is embroidery. Pretty much, sometimes we do vinyl and other things, but for the most part, we do embroidery on our Melco and our Tajima, so thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you guys like the content. Alright, today we got something similar to the last video. The last video we did a pretty large mat. Today we have a pretty large baby blanket. Although we're not going to be embroidering on the whole area, not even in the middle. There's an upcoming baby in the family and they wanted the name pretty much. I guess they saw like on Pinterest or something, a name on the corner of the blanket. So the name is going to be like that, facing this way, right in this area right here. So the struggle, or at least what like we have to keep in mind, is hooping it really straight. Although it is cursive, like the font is cursive, so it doesn't have to be crazy straight, but we're still going to aim for that. And we'll go over a little bit of the digitizing part of it. I'm changing a few things just to make sure it looks really great, because it is a fluffy blanket. Going to be doing some of the same stuff that we did with the towel, adding the water soluble stabilizer on top, but also increasing the density of the font. So let's walk over to the computer and let's get cracking. Okay, so here we have the text. It's real quick what I say about this, but here it is. First of all, on the fill, manual spacing, I changed it to 0.010. I think the default is like 14. So increase that big time. Also, I did run a test on another piece of blanket or something, and there was some like running stitches sticking out from these areas here, specifically these thin ones. You'll get that line sticking out. So you go over to your stitching, the edge run, I brought it in wide, meaning it's gonna go more towards the center instead of the edge run running close to the edge. So I changed that to wide, and then I try to do the same thing with the zigzag, but I guess it was too much. It got this funky, so we won't go wide, we'll just go medium on it. And I did the same to rows as well. Wide on the edge run and medium on the zigzag. This is like just the standard font, so I didn't have to do anything crazy to it. Also, I'm keeping the auto split because these satins are going to be pretty wide. The last thing I want is for the thread to get tugged or loose for no reason. Hopefully they use this towel a lot in the future, so want to make sure it's looking good and that it's going to last long. So we're going to go with auto split, and I think that's about it. We're doing 10 inches, yeah, wide, 7.2 top to bottom. That's pretty much it. I'm going to load this up to the USB and then we'll get to hooping the blanket. Okay, let's get to hooping. Before we move forward, our next video, I already know what I'm going to do, is this hat here. This is not the finished product, but my light cable. But I am working on this. It's going to be a 12 hat order. They're Amazon hats. They're snapbacks. I never worked on them, but I like how the digitizing came out. I've been going back and forth with the guy about what he wants. We did have to do some changes. I think we're like pretty much close to being done and running the rest of the hats. So stay tuned, like and subscribe if you want to see hat embroidery specifically. Okay, so as I'm setting this up, I was thinking how I was going to line this up perfectly. These Tajima hoops, they don't have any like notches or anything to tell you what the midpoint is. I have these Melco hoops as well, and they have this little tab here. I don't think it's meant for that, but it works perfectly for that reason. So when you have your two dots, you just line them up to the middle of these notches and you're good to go. Luckily, this blanket kind of serves as a little drawing board. So I'm gonna center it from the top as best as possible. And when I take it off, I can see the ring. We're gonna have our outline right here. That way when I'm setting it up from the bottom, trying to line it up to the shape that we got on top. Perfect. Things just work out sometimes. Things just work out. I'm gonna be using this tearaway, which I think is 2 ounces. It's a little bit more paper-like, but it is a blanket. We don't want anything harsh on the back side of it. Let's go ahead and cut this shape. And that square, let me see, can I still see it? No, I pretty much took it off. I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. Okay. I like that. Better not still come out crooked, got a feeling. But let's go ahead and set this in the bottom. Also, thank you guys for all the recent likes and follows. You guys are great. We appreciate you guys. Okay, so it's gonna go here. Let's get our water soluble stabilizer. Last time we used this, I finished the other roll. So I got this one. New is the Embroidery brand. I think it was like 20 something bucks, and I probably shouldn't open it like that. 12 by 25 yards, the roll, so that is a lot. Should last me a good while, probably the rest of the year. It's not often I use this much water stabilizer. So let's not get stingy. Get a good size. Cooking with gas now. So let's set this underneath. That looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and set this on top here. I think I have the bottom hoop as loose as it goes, so I think I'm gonna have to tighten it once I have this set down. Same struggle with the last mat, the last video we did though. The blanket is still fairly thick, so it just keeps popping the hoop back out. And I am not trying to use that humongous hoop for this one. Let me go ahead and loosen this out. Just a bit more. And there it is, actually went in pretty easily. But it keeps on, it just pops out. Oh, that's because the screw fell off. The struggles of hooping, man. If this was a little bit smaller, so this is 10 inches. If it was like 8, I would have been using the mighty hoop, the magnetic hoop. But not an option. Alright, what can we do here? So here it's in, but as soon as I let go, it pops off. I might need an extra pair of hands for this. Should I throw my knee on it? How about this one? Here we go. Oh, yeah. I'm sweating. We're wrestling today. If you guys did see the last video, this hoop is a little bit harder because the large hoop, it has like a lip, so I could push the bottom ring as much as I can and it'll just like hit that lip and it won't go over. If I tighten this too much, the bottom hoop is just gonna go over the blanket and over the top hoop as well. So I gotta get it just right and then tighten it and hope that it doesn't move. So here we are hooped. I'm gonna bring it around town. Tighten this. Hopefully it doesn't pop. I need a bigger flathead. Oh, I'm getting a call from the dude that we're working on that hat I mentioned. Be right back. All right, we are as tight as it's gonna be. Just gotta make sure everything is, the hoops are flush. Last thing I want is this thing to pop mid embroidery. Not that they're paying me for this, but you know. That looks good to me, right? Okay, here we got it. We got our white color selected for the whole thing. We are centered in our hoop, left to right. And I know that even though there's no like indication really, you just gotta check at your little line back here. Aligns with the 0. I'm pretty much just gonna put in flat in the middle of this hoop. So bring it a little bit lower. I think I did hoop it a little bit more to one side, so I'm gonna move it tiny bit, the design to the left. So I'm moving the hoop right, just a bit. And we trace. Definitely gotta go higher. That would be hitting right here. Frame limit, pretty much. Design is too large, so. Because I have the start and stop at the top, not in the middle, so it should be up here somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on a time lapse. It's gonna take, it says 51 minutes, going at 480. Probably be going like 600, 40 minutes. So that's what you'll be seeing. just took it off the machine. Everything looks great. We don't have any outlines sticking out, no loose stitching. The only thing is, as soon as I set up the time lapse, I walked away. I should have stayed. It ate up the water soluble, so some of that fuzziness got in to the satin, but I'm gonna cut it off as much as I can and then pass the lighter real lightly. But besides that though, it's not bad. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and take everything off, clean it up. We'll see how it looks. Since everything is, all the pieces are pretty big, we don't need to do any actual water solubilizing. We don't have to throw water on anything. We just peel everything off, and that's clean. If we want to take it a step further, we could kind of like taper them off, you know, even like cut a little bit. Like you guys seen those rug, what do you call them, tufters, and they end up cutting the shape of things. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I like how it looks. All I'm gonna do is cut into this a little bit to clean it up, and that's about it. This blanket is fluffy, like it's almost like a reverse 3D effect. The letters are really in there, but I think it looks pretty cool. Got a few more pieces here, and then I'm gonna cut the backing. Final results, everybody. What do you guys think? Man, when I say this thing is fluffy, it's fluffy. Like, you gotta like lift up some of these fibers to get the letters to show through. But it looks nice. It's a nice blanket. It feels soft. I hope she likes it. Yeah. That's it for this one, everybody. Thank you guys for sharing your time with me. Our next video is going to be that hat one that I was talking about earlier. It's going to be a good one. We've been going back and forth. Not issues, but just like trying to like fix things. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. Let you in on the story, the process, and the end result for that one. Appreciate you guys again. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Deuces.